Right now you know what time it is. You glanced at a screen, a watch, a corner of your vision, and a number appeared. You didn't think about it. You never think about it. But here's what's strange. That number, the way it counts in 60s, the way an hour breaks into 60 minutes and a minute into 60 seconds, a circle into 360 degrees, didn't come from science. It didn't come from nature. It came from a city that disappeared 2,500 years ago. A city built between two rivers in a desert that most people couldn't find on a map. Babylon. And before this episode is over, you're going to realize that you don't just know about Babylon, you live inside it. Let's start with a problem. 3,800 years ago, you are the most powerful ruler on Earth. Your name is Hammurabi. Your city sits between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, in what is now southern Iraq. It has walls 85 feet thick, palaces, temples, canals, markets. Tens of thousands of people live here, trading grain, silver, cloth, livestock, and every single day something goes wrong. A merchant cheats a farmer, a landlord takes too much, a soldier steals from a widow, and when it goes wrong, someone has to decide what happens next. That used to be whoever was most powerful, or whoever was standing closest to the king. But here's the problem with that. Unwritten rules serve whoever is in the room. Change the room, change the rules. And if the rules change every time, there is no civilization. There is only whoever is strongest today. Hammurabi understood this, and in 1754 BC, he did something no one had done at that scale before. He wrote it down. The Code of Hammurabi is a block of black diorite stone, 7.5 feet tall, carved with 282 laws, placed in public in the temple where anyone could read it. Law 196. If a man destroys the eye of another, his eye shall be destroyed. Law 229. If a builder builds a house and it collapses and kills the owner, that builder is executed. Harsh. Yes, but that's not the point. The point is that it was written, that a farmer could walk to the stone and say, that is what the law says, not what the priest remembers, not what the king decided this morning, what the law says. Eleanor Robson, historian of ancient Iraq at University College London, has documented how Babylonian civilization was driven by the act of recording. Grain deliveries, worker rosters, astronomical observations, legal contracts. Writing wasn't just communication, it was permanence. It was the difference between a rumor and a fact. You have a contract somewhere, a lease, a receipt, a signed agreement. You trust it because it's written down. That's Hammurabi, still working, 3,800 years later. But laws were only half the problem. The other problem was time. The Babylonians inherited a mathematical system from the Sumerians before them. Base 60, 60, not 10. Why 60? Because 60 is divisible by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15, 20, and 30. No number below it is that flexible. In a world without calculators, without decimal notation, 60 lets you divide almost anything evenly in almost any way you need. They divided the day into 60 units, then 60 again. Hour, minute, second. They divided the circle, the arc of the sun, the movement of the star, into 360 degrees, 660s. That math is still running inside every clock, every compass, every GPS coordinate on Earth. Francesca Rochberg, historian of Babylonian science at UC Berkeley, has documented how Babylonian astronomers spent centuries tracking the movement of celestial bodies. Not casually, obsessively, thousands of clay tablets over hundreds of years recording the positions of the sun, the moon, and 5 visible planets. Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Mars. 7 objects, 7 moving things in the sky. They gave each one a day. Saturn's day, the sun's day, the moon's day, Mars's day, Mercury's day, Jupiter's day, Venus's day. You call them Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is not metaphor. This is etymology. The names of your days trace directly back to Babylonian astronomers watching the sky from a mud brick tower in southern Iraq, 3,000 years before you were born. You have lived inside their week your entire life, every single week. Here's the reframe. You did not inherit Babylon the way you inherit old furniture. Something awkward, dusty, kept because it came with the house. You inherited it the way you inherited your skeleton. It's structural. It holds you up. Every hour you track, their math. Every law that protects you, their logic. Every contract that means something, their stone. They built a system so functional, so deeply embedded in coordination and fairness that civilization simply never stopped using it. The city itself didn't survive. Babylon was conquered, abandoned, swallowed by desert sand. The last cuneiform tablet was written around 75 AD. Then the script died and no one could read it for 1,700 years. But the math kept running. The law kept running. The wheat kept turning. Babylon is not history. It's infrastructure. And you've been living on it your whole life without knowing the name of what's underneath. Next episode, Egypt, a civilization so obsessed with permanence that everything they built was designed to outlast the human who made it, including the idea that you are worth remembering.